We have got a very good quantity of medicine. And I was asking them what would then happen when the big consignments start, coming in, because we have, ordered, the drugs with 25 million, and I was trying to see how we were going to store and how the distribution is going to be, to be done. Yes, we have got 6 of those warehouses: Harare, Bulawayo, Gweru, Itare, Chinoi, and Masingo, and would want to see that medicines have been distributed by the ministry and the management, and that all the hospitals are fully are given adequate medicines. Yes, you can have a shortage here and there, but in the main, I think all the drugs required for us to run our hospitals are there, and everything which is required, is there. I once was watching our national news, and I could see people are saying they don't have gloves. They can't touch infectious patients without proper gloves and and it was one of those things I wanted to check and see, and I saw that those the things which they wanted, they were there in the main. And so yes, we have got this withdrawal of labor by the doctors who are on intention. Who are on intense. We have not yet completely finished. They are still, that's why we brought the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education. They are still doing their intention. And these are the ones who have withdrawn their labor. What has happened and what they said has not been in the first place. The withdrawal of labor was illegal, and the matter went to the courts, and they were ordered to go back to work within 12 hours. And so there has been a defiance. First, that they went, they withdrew their labor when they had not pursued or what is required by the labor laws of our country. And then they went to to court. The court found them on the wrong side, and they were ordered to go. And what would have expected was that they would have come back. You don't withdraw labor in hospitals or in any essential service. In other words, you are withdrawing that labor to the detriment. And what about the right to life? Is it only you who must, them who must then be, be looked after? What about the right to life, which cannot be restored when it is gone? If people die, are you going to bring them back? We don't stop people to ask when their conditions of service are not correct. But it must be done within the confines of law. And people negotiate. It's not that it's news that we have been going through difficult times in our economy. But what we will do is we will never allow our people to just to die. We want them to survive. And this is why we have done everything possible to make sure that we facilitate the procurement of those drugs. And those details will be given by the ministers on what we have been talking about, what we have ordered, and the drugs which are there. And so the defiance which has been done by these who our medical who have been on the internship is not accepted, and we don't condone that. So we are going, and we've seen, and we will continue to do everything in our power to make sure that all our hospitals and all our medical centers are supplied with the required medicines, and that we will also ask the others who have just finished to come to the hospital, and the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education and the Minister of Health, the Minister of Health and Care and Child Care are looking at that, and we hope that the situation will come back to normal pretty soon. We have asked the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education to make sure that all the students who are ready for internship are all registered. And I have said to both of them, by the weekend we must see a complete different, a change in all our referral hospitals. Those who want to withdraw their labor, maybe they've chosen a wrong profession, because they must ask themselves. I think the Minister of Higher and Tertiary Education was quite explicit to say, first, if they should have found themselves on the wrong side, that they took the wrong decision, which they did not follow the law, and the labor court again found them on the wrong side. And if they were for the people and they want to be doctors and want to care for the people, they could have seen that it is, what they are doing was wrong. They are on the wrong side. But we have taken other measures to make sure that our hospitals will be administered adequately. Is a Labor Act, and there is the Health Board, which have already held what do you call the board, which looks at all these other issues. And there is also the ministry, the management at all the hospitals. And we have already said, when you have been deviant and you have not followed what is supposed to, the rule of law will have to be enforced. Will have to be enforced, the rule of law. You don't take patience. Just imagine if it was your mother or your child. You are the journalist. How would you feel? Would you say what is happening is correct? Can it be defined as correct? You don't bring, somebody who is on his or her deathbed, and then you want to gamble. Life can never be. Our Constitution says there is right to life. There is no right to death, there is right to life. And if there is right to life, it means if one is gone, you can't resuscitate that person. It's gone, that's it. And where is their conscience? I think they have an oath. I mean, they have got what they take. It's not really an oath which you would want, but you call it what you... Hypocrite. I know. But it means, they have to have that sense of, saving life. That's what we want to see. And we would expect that, where people can go on social media and can say whatever they want, the issue is that saving life. Government has spent a lot of money training these young doctors, is what they wanted to call them. But I think they are still on internship. They are not yet junior doctors. I think we are going to look at the law, at our systems, and we found that the systems which were being followed were not correct. When somebody is still not yet finished, you can't call him a junior doctor. He's still on internship. And those regulations are going to be made. And we'll put them to Parliament, and until somebody finishes, he's still or she's still under the Ministry of Higher and Tertiary Education. Because eventually they are the ones who will say, yes, he is now finished. And he is now entitled to be registered, to be a doctor. And this, the things have been, these are some of the things which we are going to look at. Where Minister of Health was taking over somebody who was still a student, not yet completed his or her studies. And this is wrong. We will not entertain wrong things. The law does not allow that.